Marcus Rashford trains alone after returning to Man UTD for pre-season, despite being given extra time off by Ruben Amorim to find new club. Marcus Rashford has returned to Manchester United training, despite the club giving him time off to seek a transfer. Rashford reports back to United, had been granted permission to look for movies, did not take part in full training. What happened? Per The Athletic, Rashford has reported back to United training, despite being granted permission to seek a move away from the club. He was not involved in team training, instead working on an individual program for his fitness, and he has also been stripped of his No.10 shirt, with that being awarded to Matheus Cunha, their marquee summer signing from Wolves. The bigger picture. Rashford has formally asked to leave, as have Antony, Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, and Terrell Malaysia, and has been linked with a potential move to Barcelona, although that may take the form of a loan instead of a permanent transfer. Did you know? Rashford has made 426 appearances for United in total, scoring 138 goals and registering 77 assists. He is undoubtedly one of United's most successful academy players of the modern era, regardless of whether he leaves the club this summer or not. What next? The ex-England forward will continue to seek a move this summer as the transfer window rolls on. United play Leeds in a pre-season friendly on July 19th. Marcus Rashford's freshman UTD humiliation as brutal Ruben Amorim decision confirmed. Marcus Rashford hasn't returned to preseason training with Manchester United after being granted permission to explore a transfer, but if he does return, he'll be wearing a new shirt. Marcus Rashford hasn't returned to preseason training with Manchester United after being granted permission to explore a transfer, but if he does return, he'll be wearing a new shirt number. Marcus Rashford is no longer Manchester United's No.10. Manchester United have confirmed that new signing Matheus Cunha has taken Marcus Rashford's No.10 shirt. Brazilian forward Cunha joined the Red Devils from Wolves in a £62.5 million transfer deal on June 1st. The 26-year-old met up with his new teammates for the first time on Monday as United began pre-season training. Cunha was seen wearing the No.10 on his training gear as he starts life under Ruben Amorim. Reports emerged last week claiming that Rashford would be losing the number which he's worn since 2018. It was also revealed how United have allowed the England international to delay his return to training alongside 4 teammates. Rashford, Antony, Jadon Sancho, Terrell Malaysia, and Alejandro Garnacho have all been given additional time to explore a move away before the summer transfer window closes on September 1st. Barcelona are the favorites to sign Rashford, who the Red Devils have slapped a £40 million price tag on, the same amount which Aston Villa passed up on following his loan spell. Barca would prefer a loan deal, however, as they're struggling to register players with La Liga amid their well-documented financial woes. The Spanish champions missed out on the £58 million signing of Nico Williams, as they couldn't guarantee the athletic Bilbao winger that they'd be able to register him. It's been suggested that the United wannabe would be willing to take a significant pay cut on his £325,000 a week salary to join Flick's domestic treble winners. Recently, Rashford was asked by Spanish YouTube channel Xpire whether he'd like to play alongside Barcelona wonderkid Lamine Yamal in the future. "Yeah, sure," he replied. "Everybody in the world wants to play with the best, so hopefully we'll see." Rashford also compared himself to ex-Barca striker Thierry Henry, adding, "I see myself reflected in Henry. He's comfortable playing on the left and also in the middle. He's a free player. As I've developed, the number 9 position has become more comfortable, more natural. Things like playing with my back to goal are becoming easier for me. You're always in front of goal and always dangerous." Florian Wirtz's first conversation after Bayer Leverkusen transfer shows Liverpool star's true determination. Florian Wirtz demonstrated his intention to reach the pinnacle of football long before joining Liverpool, with his first chat after signing for Bayer Leverkusen saying it all. Florian Wirtz made his position perfectly clear. Florian Wirtz has always had his sights set on becoming world-class. The 22-year-old talent, who completed his record-breaking £116 million move to Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen last month, had previously spent a decade honing his skills at Cologne's academy before making the switch to their German rivals in 2020. Tim Steidten, the man responsible for bringing Wirtz to Leverkusen and former technical director at West Ham, alongside Simon Rolfs, their managing director of sport, were instrumental in signing the then-teenager. Recounting their initial meeting on Sky Sports Germany, Steidten shared the moment he realized Wirtz's lofty ambitions. "Many people ask me whether he will be able to establish himself at Liverpool," he said. "For me, that is beyond question. My answer is always clear. Yes, I remember our first conversation with him in Simon Rolf's office very well. His parents were there too. Simon asked him, 'Where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve?' And Florian replied, 'I want to become the best player in the world.'" During his 5-year stint with Leverkusen, Wirtz proved his mettle as one of the world's finest players, justifying the hefty sum the Premier League champions shelled out for him. Tim Steidten worked alongside Simon Rolfs to sign Florian Wirtz for Bayer Leverkusen. After arriving for his first day of preseason training on Tuesday, amid the somber backdrop of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva's sad passing, Wirtz and his teammates will certainly be determined to honor the legacy of their number 20 with a triumphant season ahead. Speaking after becoming Liverpool's record signing, the German international expressed grand aspirations. "I would like to win everything every year. In the end, we want to be successful. Last season, they won the Premier League, so my goal is for sure to win it again and also to go further in the Champions League. I'm really ambitious." Wirtz described his move to Liverpool as the vital next step in his progression, confessing, "I'm really excited to have a new adventure in front of me. This was also a big point of my thoughts." The 22-year-old has lofty ambitions for his Liverpool career. "I want to have something completely new, to go out of the Bundesliga and to join the Premier League. I will see how I can perform there. I hope I can do my best. I just thought that it was the right point in my career to make the next step. And of course, I wanted to get to a club that is from the top 3 in the world. In my opinion, Liverpool is one of them. I just saw myself in the best hands in Liverpool. I was really convinced by the people here, by the idea, and everything what the club offers me was really good." He's expected to make his debut in the club's opening preseason match against Preston North End on Sunday, which is scheduled to be televised on ITV, pending confirmation of the fixture going ahead after the recent passing of Jadon and his brother. Nunez stuck as Liverpool reject Napoli €55 million offer. Napoli's first bid worth €55 million, pound 47 million / $64 million for Liverpool forward. Darwin Nunez has been reportedly rejected by Premier League champions, Liverpool. SoftFootball's intel confirmed that Napoli's offer was way below the Reds' valuation of the striker. Antonio Conte looks to bolster his Serie A winning squad as the Italian champions are considering the Uruguayan as a priority transfer target among all their options after a meeting between club owner Aurelio De Laurentiis and the player's agent Fali Ramadani. However, they seem to be facing a strong Liverpool resistance at first approach. According to transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, the 20 times Premier League title holders want more than the offered amount. He said in his video on YouTube, €50 million was never going to be enough for Liverpool, despite the reports we had in the recent hours, Romano asserted. Napoli know with that kind of money, Liverpool will never accept a proposal for Darwin Nunez. But in the next days, weeks, Napoli are expected to try again for Darwin. He remains their top target. I told you everything about this story, how Nunez opened the door to Napoli 2 weeks ago, how Napoli started negotiation with a mission more than 10 days ago. Napoli remained focused on this Darwin Nunez deal. The Italian transfer guru finished off saying, Napoli is believed to have convinced Nunez with an annual salary of between €5 million and €6 million, even though it will cost them double of what one of their target, Udinese striker, Lorenzo Luca would go for. Nunez will be a good addition to the Lukaku and Raspadori striker partnership in Naples. The Conte-led team have decided to let talisman Victor Osimhen leave the club this summer and are looking to add new attackers in the fold for next season. Napoli have decided that they will not consider Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen for the 2025-2026 season, as the Serie A champions are finalizing a deal for a new attacker. It was reported earlier that the GLI Azzurri ordered Victor Osimhen to resume for pre-season, but also informed the striker that he will only train with the youth team till his future is sorted. The striker's release clause is 85 million euros. Napoli are, however, not waiting for Osimhen to be sold, as they have agreed to buy Noah Lang from PSV for 28 million euros fee plus sell-on clause. Liverpool set price tag for Luis Diaz amid Barcelona and Bayern Munich rumors, and it looks like a typo. Liverpool have named their price for Luis Diaz, who is wanted by Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Liverpool have named their price for Luis Diaz amid interest from European giants Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Arne Slot has added to his Premier League title-winning squad by recruiting Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, and Milos Kerkez this summer. Both Frimpong and Wirtz, who cost a club record £116 million, joined from Bayer Leverkusen, while Kerkez moved from Bournemouth in the region of £40 million. A player who worked under Slot at Feyenoord is also on Liverpool's radar. But Liverpool also plan to offload players, with Trent Alexander-Arnold signing for Real Madrid. Harvey Elliott and Darwin Nunez have also been linked with a move away from Anfield. Not to mention Diaz, who joined Liverpool from Porto for £37.5 million in January 2022. Diaz has made 148 appearances across all competitions since signing for the club, scoring 41 goals. He played 36 league games in his side's league-winning campaign. Luis Diaz helped Liverpool win the Premier League last season. So, despite being a key member of Slot's squad, the club would be prepared to let him leave if they receive a good offer. According to German outlet BILD, Liverpool would sanction Diaz's transfer if a deal worth 82 million euros, £71 million, is tabled. However, Barca are reluctant to reach Liverpool's figure and will pursue a move for Marcus Rashford if they cannot strike a deal with the Premier League champions. Manchester United's Rashford is also on Barca's radar as they seek to strengthen their forward line ahead of the new season. Barcelona will pursue a move for Marcus Rashford if they cannot strike a deal with Liverpool for Luis Diaz. Bayern, however, could stump up the cash as they look to replace Jamal Musiala following his horrific injury sustained in his side's Club World Cup defeat to Paris Saint-Germain. Musiala suffered a fractured fibula and will be out for at least 4 months. His injury has accelerated the need for Bayern to bring in attacking reinforcements, with the Bundesliga champions making Diaz their top target after looking at Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams and PSG's Bradley Barcola. The Colombian is also attracting interest from Saudi Pro League outfit Al Nassr. Jadon Sancho pushing to get Man United exit sorted ASAP. Man United winger is reportedly close to finally leaving the club for Italian giants Juventus with a basic agreement in place. According to journalist Alfredo Padula, Juventus and Man United have agreed to a fee of 25 million euros, £21.5 million, $29 million, for the 25-year-old. The fee is understood to be slightly less than the obligation to buy Chelsea had in their loan deal, which they ultimately got out of for a fee of £5 million. Chelsea were keen on keeping Sancho at the club beyond last season, but were unable to agree a deal with the player that would be within their wage structure. Juventus are yet to agree terms with the England international, but are understood to be offering him a salary of €5 million, £4.3 million, $5.9 million, plus bonuses. Here we go. Newcastle agree deal to sign Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest. Club-to-club agreement now in place for £55 million fee, as personal terms have also been agreed with his camp. New winger, an excellent addition for Howe. The Magpies have found the right-sided winger they had been looking for. Despite the spectacular season Jacob Murphy enjoyed last term, Newcastle were keen to bring in an upgrade heading into this summer. Initially, Eddie Howe and company had wanted to sign Brian Mbeumo, but the Brentford forward quickly made it clear to Newcastle and his other suitors that he had his heart set on a move to Manchester United. This forced the Magpies to sound out different options, and Elanga quickly emerged as the standout option, with the Swede believed to be an ideal stylistic fit for Howe's side. At 23, Elanga still has room to develop, but he is already a proven Premier League performer who is not afraid to do the dirty work defensively, despite his attacking drive. Newcastle agree Elanga deal. After seeing an opening bid rejected 2 weeks ago, Newcastle have now agreed a deal to sign Elanga, according to Fabrizio Romano. The Transfer Insider reports that the St. James's Park Club and Forest have settled on a €64 million fee. Elanga has agreed personal terms on a long-term deal and is now set for a medical ahead of his move to the Champions League side in what is a transfer that will not only delight Newcastle. In 2023, Elanga signed for Forest from Man Utd, and the old Red Devils regime had the foresight to include a 15% sell-on clause in his deal, which means that the Old Trafford outfit will benefit handsomely from Elanga's move. Although the 15% only applies to the profit turned on Elanga, this still amounts to a sizable €7.2 million for Man Utd, as Forest only paid €16 million for the Swede 2 years ago.